How's it going, everybody? It's me again, Sanitary 103. If you're new to this channel, welcome, and if you've been subscribed to my channel for quite some time, I truly appreciate the continued support. So anyway, in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 things that you can do, or 5 tips, I should say, to lessen the chances of getting bloated. Now, being bloated is a very uncomfortable feeling. It just makes you feel very just unsettled, and especially if you're at work or in a social situation, it can be quite uncomfortable, and also it can be demotivating because let's say you're trying to lose weight and you're doing all the right things, and all of a sudden you look in the mirror and your stomach's just distended and you feel uncomfortable, and you just don't look aesthetically pleasing. So that's why I'm doing this video. So let's jump right along to these tips. So the first tip that you can do to lessen the chance of getting bloated is to increase your dietary fiber. It kind of varies, from website to website, but a good rule to go by is anywhere between about 25 and 35 grams of fiber. So if you're not getting enough fiber throughout the day, that is something that you need to consider, because fiber helps speed up the digestion process, and when your digestion is compromised, that's where you can get a lot of this bloated feeling. So some sources of dietary fiber include whole grains such as brown rice. Also, you can get some fiber from chia seeds and a lot of green vegetables and whatnot. So that is also oatmeal too is good for you. It's also a slower digesting carbohydrate. So those are sources that you can utilize for fiber, and that'll help with your getting bloated. The second tip that I want to give you is that you may experience a lot of gas with being bloated. So simply taking some over-the-counter gas pills, such as they have Gas X over the counter, very cheap. That can lessen the chances. Once again, when you get backed up, and you're going to notice a reoccurring theme, your digestion is getting compromised. A lot of times you want to evacuate, but you can't, and then it's just holding on to everything, kind of like a balloon, right? Just keep blowing air into it, and it keeps expanding, and eventually it wants to pop. It wants to release. So by having some gas pills, some Gas X, it definitely can help. The next 3 tips aren't as obvious. So the third tip I want to go over is if you chew a lot of gum. This is something, and I tend to chew gum because it keeps the mouth moving, and you want to have fresh breath. But that being said, too much of anything can be bad, and with gum, if you look at the pack, I don't have a package with me, but if you look at the ingredients with most gum, it has sugar alcohols, and sugar alcohols are known to speed up the chances of getting bloated. And also, when you chew gum, when you go like this, you're inhaling a lot of air. A lot of air can promote getting the farts, basically farting a lot, getting a lot of gas, and that's going to increase your chances of getting bloated. So if you can, try to minimize the chewing gum, and this is a hard one to do because I love chewing gum. But if you do, try not to take big gulps. Just kind of keep it to yourself a little bit, and that 100% or definitely can help. The fourth tip that I'm gonna go over to decrease the chances of getting bloated is, this one's not as obvious, and is to reduce your overall stress levels. I don't have the exact statistics on right now, but if you look it up, I may do a separate video on IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and a good percentage of people that have IBS, not to go too much off topic, but just this goes to show you how much of a factor a negative factor that stress can have on your body. A good percentage of people that have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, have an increased amount of stress. So there's a lot of things that you can do. You definitely want to exercise, obviously, maybe meditate, do some yoga. You want to take some much needed, if you have a job that's really grueling, you want to take a break. You want to monitor your stress levels. And you can also take like a warm bath, and there's some tips where you can kind of, I don't know if you can see my abdomen, but kind of just when you're in your bathtub, maybe get some, take a bubble bath or something, and just kind of get your hand and soothe your tummy a little bit, and that's going to hopefully decrease your chance of getting bloated. And last but not least, the fifth tip is, if possible, I'm not sure if you're doing this or not, but if you're drinking a lot of carbonated beverages, well, the diet sodas, the fizzy drinks, you want to probably cut down on that, because it has a lot of carbonation. Carbonation just facilitates all that extra air, all that extra gas bubbles in your system, and then you end up getting bloated. So cut down on those. You probably shouldn't be drinking them that much. Diet sodas is one of my vices, one of my weaknesses. So this is the advice that I probably should be taking myself. So I try to cut that down. So that's my time for this video. Hopefully that video was helpful. If you like this type of content and you're new to the channel and you stumble upon this video, be sure to subscribe. I put out two or three new videos, health and fitness related, per week, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.